I honestly can't tell you how excited I am about this video that I'm going to review for you today. There is so many awesome things in it that I'm just going to have to spend a couple of minutes telling you about everything in this video. I mean, first of all, the video is a cover of the BOCCHI the Rock theme tune, and if you don't know what BOCCHI the Rock is, I mean, it is an anime, but I live in Japan, I'm not even into anime. It's the first anime I've really watched from start to finish because everyone told me you've got to watch it, and I'm so glad I did because it's a brilliant look at the Japanese music scene for smaller unsigned artists trying to get their first gigs and everything. It's funny, it's brilliant, and it has great music throughout. This is the theme tune being covered in this video, but oh wait, it doesn't end there. Who's it being performed by? A sort of super group of smaller Japanese artists who are really brilliant up and comers. First of all, the vocalist is Asaka from Trident. Trident, I've been saying over and over again, are my tip. Just like the band, they are the band of the future. If you're looking for the next big rock band, they've been coming up for years, they are the ones, and her voice is one of the reasons for that amongst various other things. On guitar they have Kaho from Faulieu, which is now Faulieu. They renamed the band recently. That is a band who I didn't know much about until last year, and then I got introduced to them. I saw them live, ironically, with Trident, and they were just incredible. And who was the one person I was tipping from that band? The guitarist Kaho, who I just said was so effortlessly chilled, just playing these really cool riffs, not just sort of blowing out everything, but just knowing how to be chill and just play with a lot of passion, and just she was brilliant. She's in here. Then on bass we have Chloe, who's from a channel called I Am Vader. Now I've got to be honest, I didn't know much about her, but her videos have come up quite a few times on my YouTube before, and I've watched them before, and she's just one of the most incredibly weirdly visual but also very cool bassists. She does like a lot of the sort of bass covers that you might be used to seeing on YouTube, but she's just got a really great style. Just very sort of technical in the way Kaho is, but at the same time not in that sort of showy way, more in a fun way that she knows how to really play a tune and really convey feeling. And then the drummer, I gotta admit, is the one thing I didn't know about this, Maya Hirakawa. You can tell I didn't know her very well, but I will be checking her out because she was actually, again, one of the highlights of this video. Just again, brilliant musicianship. And the brilliant musicianship could well have been noticed because of the fact that this was all brought together by Epiphone to do this cover. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not one of those people, I don't nerd out over like music equipment. I love music, but I'm more into the writing, the performing. The equipment to me is by the side. So I don't care if you get a second-hand guitar from a charity shop, just play it and enjoy it. However, if I was to pick one type of guitar I like, maybe it's nostalgia because I did have one, which I really love playing, but I love Epiphones. They do sound good. I'm sure there's some crap ones out there as well, but I like Epiphones. And so for me, it was just like, it was a mixture of loads of things that I absolutely loved in this video. And this was just the intro. I can already see we're at 3 minutes. I'll do the title card and then I'll tell you more about why this video is awesome. Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where is there really much more to say about this song? Perhaps not. Anyway, I'm going to spend a little bit of time ranting anyway about why I think you should check out these artists, which I really do think you should. First of all, let's just quickly talk about Trident and Asaka, who is the lead singer in both Trident and in this particular song. Now, as I pointed out, one of the things that's really incredible about her is her voice, but she's a bit of a, she's great in two ways. She's the perfect front person, in my opinion, in that her singing voice is brilliant. I love the way that she goes from the sort of lower notes. She knows how to dig down and get those lower notes and really sort of open up the diaphragm and sing in a way that some other Japanese singers don't. I've often been a great defender of the Japanese higher pitched voice singing, and I've explained why I think there's a lot of detail and quality in that. However, I like the fact that Asaka can go down to those lower notes, like I say, grab those big sort of bellowing notes, but then also go up to the higher notes and really add some expression, a feeling of panic or urgency. And she nicely conveys that here. This song doesn't really stretch her voice as much as some of the Trident songs do. Obviously, it's not written for her. However, I really do think that she uses her voice nicely in every single song. It's just such a great voice she's got. And her guitar playing skills as well. I mean, it's amazing how well she can play guitar and sing at the same time. But she is really a good sort of rhythm guitarist in that she's very solid, but she also knows how to add the little things in, the little bits of riffing where necessary. I mean, as mentioned, I've seen her live and she was really just great. I mean, she sings and plays. She's not just one of those people who sings and strums. She can really sort of do the complicated stuff while she's singing as well. So she's just a fantastic front person, and that comes across nicely here. But if you want to hear more, really see her pushing those abilities, go check out some Trident. I would recommend, actually, although it might not be their most popular song right now, Cry Out is a really good example of just sort of a solid, high-speed, rocking song from Trident, where she does manage to look at the details. They're kind of subtle, but some of the stuff she's playing and singing at the same time, her voice and her guitar playing skills at the same time, just incredible. And I can assure you from seeing her live, she can do that. Now, when it comes to Kaho, I think that Faulieu, as they are now called, they used to be Faulieu. You might have heard of Faulieu because they were around for a few years, but they changed to Faulieu. Whole thing about contracts, whatever. Anyway, they are a band who seem to only really be particularly famous in Tokyo, but they are fairly well known in the sort of Japan pop rock scenes. And they are just very, very, how to put it this way, they're very reliable hit makers. You know, they just keep on coming out with songs which are just really good pop rock, especially if you're into the kind of sound of this song, into that kind of Bocchi the Rock style sound, Kosoku band sound, where you like a good melody and you like a good song that has technical elements to it, but they're sort of done in a nice, subtle way where they don't, it's not all just sort of guitar solos all the time. It's something where you're really getting to enjoy a good pop song, but with decent musical delivery and a sort of honest, earnest feeling to it. This is the band to go for. Faulieu are really great. They're very much underappreciated, I think. I mean, we haven't seen, even in their previous guys, they didn't get massive. They were just kind of well known and they were on the circuit. So really hoping their new guys does well for them. They're starting for a new clean slate, putting new songs down. And I think that having her in projects like this is great. I hope people may pay more attention to her. She could get a little bit of an opportunity to show some of her ability in the song, but I do recommend going and checking out some more Faulieu to see more of what she does, because great musician. I'm really so amazed to see her in this, because I remember when I saw them live, I was just thinking, I love this whole band, but guitarist, she's amazing. Now, for the drummer and for the bassist, I must admit, I don't have a huge amount of deep knowledge of them. As I mentioned, I did know Chloe, as in I'm Vader. I had to look at the name, and then I think I recognize her. Typed into YouTube, Chloe, I'm Vader, and immediately came up, and I was like, yes, I know this, I've seen this before. So she is genuinely actually a very interesting bass player, very good, very talented. I do recommend you check her out, because I cannot believe she has not got anywhere near enough subs for the quality of musicianship that she's putting out there. And the drummer, as little as I know, I am going to be checking out more of her as well. I recommend whatever she's doing, check her out, because it must be good. Brilliant work there as well. So both the drummer and the bassist, I'm not going to say too much because I don't know anything that goes beyond what I'm sure you'd have been told by seeing this video yourself, the Epiphone video with them playing the song. If you've seen this video, you already know they're worth checking out, so please do check them out as well. Anyway, moving on. So last but not least, we have to talk about just Bocchi the Rock. I mean, the weird thing is, I'm going to say this, and I think some people already know this because I've mentioned this before. The music in Bocchi the Rock has become very popular because Bocchi the Rock is such a fantastic story, such a fantastic anime. Not only is it really, really just the depiction of the Japanese underground music scene is so well done. They use real world locations. It's really beautifully sort of drawn. A lot of the things they go through are very indicative of the real things that Japanese artists go through trying to sort of establish themselves on the local gigging scene. The venues, the struggles, everything just feels really real about it, but it's also presented in a really beautifully, hilariously stylized way. So there's some fantastic stuff where, because the characters are so interesting, you really get to see things from their perspective, and the art style beautifully captures that from time to time, switching from sort of very real world situations to sort of bizarre, caught up in the imaginations of the characters kind of thing. So definitely, if you haven't seen Bocchi the Rock, worth checking out. The thing I was going to say though, I think I've pointed this out before, and I think people will notice. I really like Bocchi the Rock. When it comes to the music in Bocchi the Rock, I think it's kind of okay. It's not like it's not like, whoa, this is really great music. I just kind of think, yeah, most of it's pretty good. Which is interesting because a lot of it's become massively popular right now, partly because obviously the popularity of the anime, and obviously anime elevates anything's popularity, especially if you're looking at Japanese culture expanding to the rest of the world. So when I listen to this song, this is not a song where I go, wow, I really want to put on that song. For me, this is kind of like this is a good song. But it does remind me of thinking of Bocchi the Rock. And that's the main thing. So when I look at this video, the weird thing is it's got a combination of so many things I like. It's got references to Bocchi the Rock, which is just a brilliant series. It's got references to Trident. It's got references to Faulieu. It's got a brilliant sort of internet musician and another musician who I desperately want to check out. It's got Epiphone guitars that I got to be honest, I do really like. It's great. It's really great. But I don't think this is necessarily the best thing that any of them have done. And I think, therefore, go check out Trident, go check out BOCCHI the Rock, go check out Faulieu, go check out the other two, and hopefully this will be a nice way of leading you into some really great listening pleasures to follow. So this video itself might not be one where I have to listen to it a million times over and over again, but I'm so happy it exists, and I'm so happy for the fact that it's almost like a hub, a link tree to take you to so many great things. So go and do it, go and enjoy it. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these, for now, ciao, ciao.